Have you ever looked up and wondered, is there anybody else out there? Last night, we brought you a story out of Vegas that made us even more curious. When responding to a 911 call in late April, police body cam footage picked up this strange object falling from the sky.
So I have moderately been keeping up with this UAP drama. Recently, there was a UAP spotted in the Middle East, which NASA released full documentation on. Now, I was pretty much retired from my TikTok, but this is pretty interesting and I want to look into this. So let's start with the sighting in the Middle East, and then we'll get to what happened in Las Vegas, which is what everyone's talking about. So here we have NASA pretty much confirming that they don't know what this is, and I just brushed it off as another UAP sighting. It wasn't anything crazy because my first thought when I hear UAP is classified military equipment or something like that. It's not. I don't go to these are aliens. I think it's either China or America, testing out some gadgets. But what happened in Las Vegas about 2 or 3 days ago is much more interesting because civilians were actually saying that they saw creatures around 10 feet tall. So we might be talking about Martians here due to low gravity. I personally still think extraterrestrials come from the ocean. It's just more likely for them to be in the ocean rather than somewhere in the universe and wanting to stop by Earth. Because if you look at something like octopus, they're very intelligent for their lifespan. So if you take a creature, a variant of an octopus that could have a longer lifespan, then it would be very intelligent, even more intelligent than a human, correct? There was a study where it was calculated that an octopus is smarter than a 5th grader. Keep in mind, the lifespan of an octopus is only 1 to 5 years. And most UAP sightings are above the ocean, or they come from the ocean, or you see UAPs dipping into the ocean.
Something fall from the sky. I turn around, the only thing I see is a big light falling from the sky, and moments after, I feel a big impact and a bang, sort of like a big impact. It was sort of like a shock wave.
So this kid says that he felt a big impact, almost like a shock wave. This could mean A, it's a meteor, or B, it has something to do with magnetic pulses. Since magnets can induce electromagnetic waves, this also ties into my theory because there's very strong magnets in the ocean. If you look at the Bermuda Triangle, which is a very good example, you see magnets pulling aircrafts that are up to 40,000 feet in the air down in a blink. So if they could engineer magnets to be propulsion systems and make an aircraft with magnetic systems, this explains how they're able to move so fast without any sign of an engine or exhaust. Now, I'm just basing this theory on the most probable cause. Of course, if there was a better explanation for how they managed to get these movements, then I would go with that. But right now, nobody has a really defined explanation for how. And I think that magnets and the ocean are the best explanation we have. And I think we're starting to see more extraterrestrials rise because we are a threat to their environment. Theoretically, of course, this is starting to sound like a fanfic or something, but that's just me trying to connect some dots because I don't see why else they would be poking around Earth.
I can see in the backyard is a tall creature, probably around 8-10 feet tall, very thin. He was a gray-greenish color. And when I looked at it in the eyes, my body just froze. He has a weird-looking feet and a big face and eyes, and you can see a big mouth.
This guy also said when he looked at these extraterrestrials that he froze. So perhaps he was just in shock. Induced stress can cause freezing up. So I don't necessarily blame the fact that he couldn't pull out his phone and record. The last thing on my mind would be to pull out a phone and record because I'm in the moment and I am in shock. But of course, in Gen Z, they pull out phones for everything. I mean, if I'm correct, there was a guy stabbed in a McDonald's and a TikToker pulled out his phone to record. It was also said men with black suits in a governmental car were lurking around 5 days after. Now that gives me a sense of comfort because if it's NASA that is protecting us against extraterrestrials, we're all fucked. So hopefully there is a higher class of security looking into things, right? Like the CIA. What can we expect going forward? Well, we can expect a lot of movies about aliens, a lot of capitalizing, same old America. And, I wouldn't, for the people that are scared, I would say it's not scarier than nuclear warfare. It's not scarier than what humans are doing. It's not scarier than some of the stuff that goes on in third world countries. So, you know, same old, same old. A lot of people are saying Project Bluebeam, and it's not something I'm gonna rule out. I mean, it's definitely possible. Anything is possible in this universe, whatever it may be. I am here for it. It's gonna be fun. And, you know, just try to make the best out of any situation. If an alien invasion does happen, you know, just have fun with it. Have a little fun with it, man. I mean, it doesn't have to be scary. Remember, fear is a social construct. Also, I absolutely love this cop's response to the 911 call. He said he is not dealing with it.
Okay.
Yeah. When things come back, don't call us, all right? Deal with it yourself. I ain't dealing with that.
Somebody call NASA, tell them stop.
I'll drive by and wave at you guys. You're on your own, bro.
All right, take care, guys.
And it's understandable. I mean, cops are here to deal with criminals, not supernatural entities. Also, it was reported one of the creatures got in a tractor or some sort of vehicle and attempted to start it, which is kind of funny. It sounds more like a drunk night out with friends. So who knows, maybe these extraterrestrials were just wasted and they were just fucking around. They got into the Zaza or something, I don't know. But yeah, everyone have a great day, night, evening, goodbye.